What's going on, everybody? This is Achilles OBT coming at you with a brand new video. And in today's video, we will be showcasing Auriel for the first time, the newest hero added to the game. Brand new support, and in my personal opinion, I feel like there should be a lot more options to support. So it's actually really good to see them adding one for like the first time in a while. Now, before I get into what I'm about to say, I'll go over the compositions. The friendly composition will be a Zul, Kael'thas, myself as Auriel, a Chromie, and a Falstad going against another Auriel, a Greymane, a Thrall, a Malfurion, and a Gul'dan. So this will be a solo support effort going against a double support effort. So this should be interesting. Now, my original, at level 1, I'm going to be going for the quest talent increasing clarity. My original attempt at making this happen kind of went to the wayside. I kind of wanted it to be a first impressions video, but the team I was playing with wasn't really up to the task, and to be honest, the enemy team was playing a little weird, and their weird strats happened to be working the entire time. So it did not really go. It didn't go very well. The guys I was playing with, they actually ended up just like giving up and like tapping out after a while. So just wasn't a good experience. So we're going to be making a second go of it now in this one, and hopefully we get a better result. Now, my early impressions of Auriel, I can actually speak on them now because I played a full game with her. I absolutely love her abilities for one, and I absolutely love her cooldowns. They are so favorable, it's ridiculous. I feel like every time you need one of her abilities to be ready to go, they're actually ready to go, and that's something that I could definitely get on board with. Now, it didn't take me that long to get accustomed to making sure I have a crown on people's heads. I mean, the initial first few minutes of the game, it definitely took a little while, but it's definitely something that I feel like I'm getting better at now. And build-wise, I base my level 16 talent off of the friendly composition. Like, I basically assess, like, do we have more auto attackers, or do we have more ability casters or whatnot, however you want to word it. Like, basically, that's what makes my decision for me as far as what I'm going to be picking at 16. So clearly, I'm not picking the late game quest talent for more energy. That's not going to be a thing with my take on this build. Now, I will also mention that my build is not final. I don't necessarily have this character figured out to the point where I could make a full-blown assessment on which way you're supposed to go with it. This is just something I've been experimenting with because clearly I've only got one game under my belt with her, so it's not something that's foolproof. So I did miss my whip right there. Again, showing the inexperience. That actually got some good damage. I'm gonna do this here. Again, I'm trying to be mindful of who I actually give the crown to, because I do need them to be aggressive. If they're not aggressive, along with my personal aggression, then we're not getting any kind of healing done. That was just very good timing. We're going to do that just to pick on him a little bit. Whoa, buddy, whoa. This is going to get me killed, potentially. Alright, we're going to move back in. I did go for the increased radius at level 4, so that I can make it a little bit easier for me to get my my quest talent done. I was really trying to get Chromie in on that heal, but I think I missed. Just going to do that back. Whoa! We got a good amount of... So when we land a center strike, we get a decent amount of energy off of our Q. Definitely something I want to keep track of. And we did not succeed in getting the Punisher. That's a shame. So another early impression type of opinion I have of this character is that the pick gains no value. Not saying that's the case with the group that I currently have, but the pick gains no real value if you don't have teammates that are willing to engage. So that's definitely important, and I think that's something that's going to be caught onto like the longer this character is out. But it's definitely a big deal. You have to have a team around Auriel that realizes they need to stay aggressive, especially the character that you have a crown on. Like, that has to be a thing. And I'm currently rooted. Again, I really, really, really like her cooldowns. I was trying to... Oh, okay, I did. I was hoping to get a quest queue off of that spot right there from Kael'thas. Did miss right there, though. I am going to be going for Energized Cord at level 7. I found that this actually does a very, very good job of keeping me up on energy. I missed the heal. Basically, this rewards your aggression. Like, that's the best way to put it. But it does so with auto attacks, so you don't need energy to actually like trade off and get more energy, which is what I like about it. There we go. I also found that the quest talent doesn't really take that long to finish. And I wasn't even like the most accurate guy in the world with it. Now, contrary to popular belief from last week when I was seeing early impressions on the character, I actually don't think that the AoE is that bad. That's just me. I actually feel pretty comfortable with the healing already. Then again, that could be because I'm used to playing Kharazim, and Kharazim has a similar AoE type of heal. So it could be some synergy there, ironically, between the two Diablo supports. Do that and try to keep him topped off. He walks right into that one. Auriel's Q ability should be really, really, really strong in sections like this. Even though I just missed everything I tried to swing at right there. Pretty sure I still have the crown on, and I missed my root. Or not my root, rather my pushback. Volstagg is proving to be a good source of energy intake. We're going to keep those guys up as long as we can. The other thing I want to bring up is that Auriel was released with the full intention of being a solo support. And I definitely can see an opening for that with her. But again, it depends on your teammates. That's really what it all boils down to. Like, you have to have teammates that are aggressive, that realize when they have the crown over their head, and realize that you are not going to be able to heal them if they don't do their part and transfer energy to you. This one's, I'm not gonna lie, this one's looking a little dicey as well. I don't know if it's a server thing right now going on or what, but definitely looking a little dicey. It's also worth mentioning that my little strat to wait out Auriel's release for faster queue times has gone to shit, because they're still making you wait a long ass time to actually get into games with Auriel. We were just trying to aggro the Punisher off of Kael'thas. We did successfully do that. Don't want to lose this. But it was inevitable. Cannot put a crown on Chromie. Holy shit. Man, did you see how many times I clicked it right there? Oh, that was a good move. I'm going to put it back on Volstagg. Volstagg's the spammier of the two here. Chromie's running away from me. I don't think she notices that I'm trying to heal her. But then again, how could she? There we go. I'm going to go for Crystal Aegis. Definitely saw some upside from this talent when I tried it out last game. I'm just hoping to follow that up with another good showing in this one. Suffice to say, I actually like it. I'm taking everybody's advice from last week when they said the resurrection was no good. I'm just going to assume that that's actually the case. And honestly, the reason why they say it's no good is already something that I could see just as somebody that was watching other people play. The channel time on it is really, really, really horrendous. So it's not something that you want to be locked down in an animation, and Kael'thas just suicided so hard right there. I was going to try and ult him right there, but he died faster than like I could react. I do need only two more stacks on my Q ability to get it fully maxed out. We did get it right there. Do want to keep Falstad topped off. We did actually get him. Get that cool, that snazzy little animation right there. I definitely like it. I missed my root. Oh, man. I keep calling it a root for some weird reason. The other thing I kind of have to factor in is that we are playing against double support here. I'm going to switch it off to Kael'thas. Actually, I'm going to switch it right back to Falstad. Falstad is actually getting it. Like, I feel like he's actually playing aggressive when he has the crown over his head, which is exactly what we need. That's what I need, rather. We're going to go ahead and stun him. We're going to top off Zul. Zul is just going to suicide anyway. I don't understand what's going on with this group. We're going to go ahead and do that because I do think that we could use some damage right there. Kael'thas is turning back inward. Clearly he wants to die. I'm going to go for Piercing Lash here. I think I missed that heal, to be brutally honest. I really think I missed. I'm trying my absolute best to get any kind of energy intake right now for Chromie. We're going to switch that off to Kael'thas now. Again, we lose another Punisher. And this is rough. Putting it back on Falstad. Energy intake is definitely not bad, but we're just not making any kind of plays. And Kael'thas, I don't know how he ended up right there. That wasn't Kael, actually. That was Zul. Zul, yeah. So our Zul is a bit of a feeder. He's just walking right into bad situation after bad situation, and I don't understand. Really. You know what? No, I'm not going to be that guy. I don't know if he's trolling. If he's trolling, I don't want to feed into it by saying anything. But it is really, really, really like, it's really putting us behind the 8 ball right now that we have a guy that just continues to walk directly into enemy fire. Here we go. That might have been a bit of a premature Aegis right there, but better to be safe than sorry. I don't have a viable heal on deck right now, so the guys are going to have to give me some time. Trying our best, though. Kael'thas does have relative safety on his side right now as far as distance. I did miss that on Greymane. Man. It's a lot of damage being traded off. Zul's about to get picked. He needs to back off. Oh, wait. No. Maybe I was about to get picked. Get out of here. Ooh, that was almost bad. What is he doing? Oh, God. I want to keep the crown on him. Look at that. I went from no energy to full energy off of that pyro. So I was definitely just trying to see right there what that would be like. Now, I should have did that sooner. But, of course, I'm still learning about my hero. Not all of my decisions are going to be perfect either. I feel like I already have a good sense of where to go with the AoE on the heals. Oh my god, how did that miss? I'm gonna go ahead and try to heal Zul. Oh man, this guy. I mean, even if you're new at a game, I would think you would understand what it means when portions of your health are missing. Evidently not. Like, I have so many people to heal right now. This is crazy. But the flip side is we finally got a Punisher. Okay, so I don't seem to be going wrong with keeping the crown on Falstad. This guy is a good indicator of what you can really do if you have a person who's taking advantage of what's going on. What also helps is that Falstad is a nice little hybrid character of... I fucking put the... Wow. I could swear I ulted him right there. Oh, wow, I just pressed the wrong button. That was terrible. So we're going to put it back on Kael'thas. My god, mistakes were made. Trying to keep him alive. May very well get one out of that. We would have been lucky to get two. Oh man, the timing on that. Jesus. God, I had a heal ready to go for all three of us, really. Here we go, that'll be a good amount of damage. 1,000 healing on that one, that's nice. Oh, trying my best, guys. Well, I mean, one thing I will say is that clearly I'm not good with this character just yet, but I'm having a lot of fun using her. I definitely like the design they have on this character. And again, building up my energy doesn't seem to be a problem in the late game, which is nice. Now, that may actually come down to build choices. Who knows? Maybe somebody using a different build can totally disagree with me. I honestly don't know, but the way the choices I'm making right now seem to be really, really beneficial. So we're gonna go ahead and do that to Falstad again, because you can't go wrong. He's our gold mine right now for energy. We are gonna lose him, however, when we go to another lane. The range on Bestow Hope is really, really, really good. Gonna keep that on Kael, even though I'm not currently out. Wow, that worked. Good job. That's a big win. I don't think we should be pushing this, though. Oh, well, actually, we do. I just realized we have the camp pushing with us, too. I don't want to use my heal right here. That was a good slow by Falstad. I don't know how he didn't get more out of that. Never mind, he got a kill anyway. Back off, back off, back off. Alright, so this time, unlike last game, I'm actually going to get to see what a level 20 upgrade looks like. I did want to go for the global, but I feel like I'd be better off going with the additional shield. Man, the animations on Auriel are so good. Look how pretty that looks. There we go, we'll give him a full heal. And of course, Zul is, in a terrible state right now. I'll go ahead and put him there. Okay, I just did that again. I don't know why I'm trying to put heals on the enemy team. That's a real problem. I didn't do that at all last game, and I've done that twice now. Okay, so Zul needs to back off because I don't have heals just yet, and I don't want him to die. I was tempted to try and do the pushback into the wall right there, but I don't know if that's actually how it works. Okay, Zul needs to go right here so that I can heal everybody. Okay, or I'll just heal you. I'm starting to believe this guy. If he is new, then I don't want to get mad at him because everybody was new at one point, so I don't want to be that guy. We do have a great push going right now, though, that we could potentially win this game. Trying to keep everybody as healed as possible. Nice gust there by Falstad. I'm going to put that on Zul. Try to protect him from himself. Oh, that's such a good ult again by Gul'dan. I feel, I don't know, maybe somebody could tell me in the chat, but I feel like they increased the time that horror ability lasts. Like, I think it was only like maybe 3 or 4 seconds before, but it feels like 5 now sometimes with as long as you walk. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm just seeing, I'm like, it's in my head, but it definitely feels like that shit lasts a lot longer than it did before. But again, I could be wrong. Either way, this is about Auriel, who I absolutely, I genuinely like this character. I really do. Like, I like the whole damage to heal mentality. I definitely think that she's dependent on having an aggressive team. As you saw, we had no problem keeping our energy up when we had the Bestow Hope on Falstad. We did have a few problems at times. Like, Kael'thas wasn't like spamming his abilities off, not that he can necessarily, but we would get mass value out of Pyroblast. Whenever we did try it that one time, we had no energy or very little energy. The Pyro landed and we went to full energy right away, so that's very, very, very good. Chromie's another one that's going to be a spotty source of energy, just because everything she does is on a delay and she has to land for it to count. So she could potentially be missing a bunch of skill shots out there that you won't really get that much value out of her. However, Auriel does have a means to get energy on her own, which is exactly what we looked into in our build, and you see the healing output was definitely indicative of like how we did with the energy intake. And as a result, the hero damage wasn't that bad for a support either, but that's not really the focus. I don't think it should be the focus when you're playing this hero. I think you should be focused on keeping your teammates up and making plays. So, with that being said, the build we went with for this game, at level 1 we went for the quest talent, increasing clarity. Every time Sacred Sweep hits a hero in the center, increases center damage by 3 up to 60. After hitting 20 heroes, the center damage bonus is doubled by 120. Now, you may look at this talent and say, well, why would you be increasing your damage? And the simple answer is increasing your damage increases your energy intake, which increases your healing output. So everything you're doing is to buff your healing output, and that's what I like about this character. So it leaves a lot of freedom to get creative with your builds. Now, at level 4, I went for Majestic Span, which increases the radius of Sacred Sweep by 20%. Essentially, this just makes it easier for me to land those center strikes so that I can work on my Q quest a lot easier. At level 7, this is kind of a big one. I went for Energized Cord, which increases the energy stored from Auriel's basic attacks to 100% of the damage against heroes and 30% of the damage against non-heroes. So basically, even if you don't have energy, this buffs the amount of energy you get back by auto-attacking. So I really, really like this. At level 10, I went for Crystal Aegis. Place an allied hero into a stasis for 2 seconds. Upon expiration, Crystal Aegis deals 270 damage to all nearby enemies. Basically, this seems like a divine shield that locks you in one spot. So, or a single target void prison with explosion damage. Now, the damage I didn't really notice all that well, but then again, it could be because everybody runs away from it as soon as they see it. Which, you know, I guess everybody respects the damage already. They don't want to be the one to find out, hey, this thing hits really hard. But the save factor is definitely there. I definitely like that, so I'm definitely sold on this heroic. Level 13, we went for Piercing Lash. Detainment Strike now pierces and hits all enemies in a line. Now, granted, my strike game is very, very fucking weak. But again, I'm new to the character. So try not to bash me too hard over that. But yeah, my strike game is very weak. But the idea behind this was that if I can strike 1, I can strike 2. So I can knock down more people, more than one guy, like if they're in pursuit. So I definitely like the idea behind that. Level 16, again, this is the talent that I'm going to be flexible with. I'm going to be looking at my composition the entire time. Do I have auto attackers? Do I have ability casters? And depending on which ones I have is going to determine what ability I take, because Bestow Hope at 16 is going to like really have you high, super high on energy intake. Now, again, this does say that allies with Bestow Hope gain 10% ability power. And again, like I said at level 1, why would you increase damage? It's because it also increases your energy intake, which increases your healing output. And at level 20, I went for Diamond Resolve. Again, I would have preferred to go for the global range, the global that she has at 20. Or even the shield talent at 20 is really, really good. But I was kind of thinking that with the way I was using the ultimate, that it was a last-ditch effort to keep somebody alive. So not only would I be able to freeze them from all damage, I'd be able to give them a shield for 4 seconds afterwards to try and give them a viable out to run away. So that was my thought process behind that. Again, we did 20-minute game. We had 76,000 healing. It remains to be seen how this healing is going to transfer over to like a ranked circuit or Hero League, or even if they like if the pro players find a way to use her in the competitive side of things. Who knows? But as far as like quick match goes, I definitely think she's viable enough to be a solo support. But again, it depends on your teammates. Her cooldowns are so low, and her energy intake is so good that it's hard not to see her as a solo support in certain scenarios. But again, I think that comes down to the player. If the player is comfortable with how she's supposed to be used, the player can make her work as a solo support. However, if the player is not comfortable, they're going to be sitting around saying that she's not good enough to be solo. She needs double support at all time. She's another Tassadar. She's another Tyrande. I don't agree with that at all. And again, I'm brand new to the character, and I was able to do this just fine with the not so stellar team going against another like weird team. Like, I mean, I'm not critiquing the guys I had, but we did have this little Zool situation going down the entire time, which was kind of hurting us. And again, Chromie is not a viable source of, in my opinion, she's not a viable source of energy intake, just because everything depends on her ability to land, and all of her abilities are on a cooldown. So, again, make of that what you will. Again, we got high value out of Falstad, who's a perfect hybrid of auto attacking and ability damage. So we basically struck gold with this guy. Again, I'm very, very high on the character for a first impression. Definitely like what I'm seeing. I still think they need to add more supports, though. Like, they don't have anywhere near enough in this game. They have so many assassins. They have a decent amount of tanks. Specialist is all right, but support is really, really lacking on this game. I mean, there is a support for every single situation in the game. Don't get me wrong. It's not like they're dropping the ball on that front. And I think Auriel is going to have a place to carve out for herself on the support scene. But again, I think they need to have a lot more so that, you know, support players can have variety too. The same variety that DPS players have, support players deserve that too at this point in the game. A game that's been out for long enough now that this should have been addressed. So, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm definitely high on this character. Love the solo support potential there is with this. She's a lot of fun to use. Again, you're not just standing around just like sitting back and healing people. You have to be aggressive with her. You have to actually take part in what's going on. So that's exactly where the fun lies. So definitely give her a try out. Obviously, she has the new hero tag of 15,000 gold, so you're going to have to deal with that. But if you have it, I say drop it, see what happens. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. As always, I appreciate the support. Fumbling words right now. It's because I had no food in me. As always, this is Achilles LBT. That's Achilles with the Z. Remember it.